This episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing episode 8 of Yellowstone titled No Kindness for the Coward. Now, I do want to say that not really much anything happened in this episode. We start with a flashback to the 1883 show that's starring Tim McGraw and Faith Hill as James Dutton and how everything happened. We get like a flashback of what's happening, but that has nothing to do with this episode. We then move forward and we see that Beth and Rip move into the house. And then Beth goes to work, and we find that these protesters that are apart with Summer Walker are protesting the land where this airport's going to be built. And Beth tells Market Equities the idea of what to do with these protesters and how to get the news agency out of the way so they don't cause any problems or anything. So Beth goes out to the land site and talks to one of the reporters and says, get your people out of here, but if there is a news story, I'll give you a call. So basically everything happens for a reason, and Beth always has a motive. There's no way Beth doesn't have a motive in anything that she's doing, because she's the one that is the brains behind everything in this entire whole series and operation, I want to say. So as that's happening, we find out later on that the FBI come in and raid this encampment where these protesters are sleeping on this land. So they just start doing everything, and the news vans capture everything that happened. 300 protesters, 3 injured, and Summer Walker, charged with a slew of, charges from the FBI and everything. So Market Equity gets a hold of this news story, and everything starts happening. And then Beth calls the New York Times in New York to tell everyone, okay, this one reporter, this is what's happening. So Beth is doing this because she knows how to work things, but she's playing both sides. She's playing Market Equity, but then she's also playing other people. It's really interesting how this story goes and how everything was done, and it's really, really fun to see. Other than that, Kevin Costner's character of John Dutton is really not much in this episode. He only appears maybe 40 minutes into this episode, and then he's there for the most part on. And the other thing we also see is Jimmy at the 4-6's ranch falling in love with another girl there. They go out to dinner. He tells her his story, and he just, gets involved with this new girl. They, sleep together, and that's Jimmy's story. And the other thing is that we find out that Casey and his wife are expecting another baby, so she's pregnant, the mother's pregnant. And it's interesting to see how everything's happening, so forth, with this episode. And at the end of this episode, while John and Rip are going somewhere to deliver this cattle, they stop at a diner, and as they see something's wrong, but the diner's getting robbed, and the sheriff is there. And before they got to this diner, Jamie called his, adopted father, John, and told him, let's meet somewhere. And John was like, listen, no, let's meet at the ranch. It's a neutral site, And so it's a whole thing that, what's going on with Jamie. And before in the episode, Jamie doesn't understand how to beat John. His biological father tells him how to do it, and this woman he got pregnant is basically telling him what to do. I feel like Jamie needs to understand himself and put his foot down and actually take control and not have everybody else do his job for him, but actually understanding what to do with his life. Because I feel like he's such a weak character that he doesn't know what to do. I'm hoping by the end of this season that he actually steps up and does the good, right thing. So we'll see. So now back at this diner, we find that it's getting held up by robbers, and the sheriff is there. And then John comes in with a rifle, Rip comes in and everything. It's a shootout. They kill the robbers, and then the sheriff gets shot. And the sheriff, dies, and that's the end of the episode. It's a very quick episode, not much happened, like I said, but it's leading towards certain things, and it's one of those filler episodes where you don't know how to put certain characters where they are, but then you just tell the story of where they are right now up until the end. This is episode 8, and there's only 10 episodes total in this season, so it's going to be interesting and pick up really, really fast. So let me know in the comment section below what you thought about this episode of Yellowstone, episode 8, titled No Kindness for the Coward. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And do you think that it was very slow? Like I said, it was very slow going and nothing much happened. So let me know in the comment section below about the questions I just asked. And I'll see you guys next week for my episode 9 review of Yellowstone, titled No Such Thing as Fair.